Welcome. Welcome to the live stream, and welcome for all of those of you who are catching it there afterwards. Take this first moment, like always, to adjust your positioning system so that you can be really comfortable and really open and as quiet as possible in the mind. And just take these first moments to listen. You can close your eyes or not. Either way is great. So, life is short, and life is practicing on us in the short time that we have here. And life is precious. And sometimes it's oh so shockingly fragile. And once time is gone, we can't get it back. None of us get to be here forever, unfortunately. And it's every possibility that to host a seat at your table for the constant advisor, which is your own mortality, which is the fact that we're all going to pass away at some point. To host a seat at your table for this constant advisor is quite possibly one of the greatest gifts, one of the greatest allurements into all we've got, which is presence, this present moment, to be present. There's a reason we call it present, right? Because it is a gift to really be awake to the privilege of being here, the privilege of getting to be here. So how can we be present? How can we make our time here worthwhile and beneficial and positive? And what would the conditions be if we were to suddenly let go? What would the conditions be if we passed away today? There would be things to be considered, right? There would be the question of, where have I been living? What have I been doing? What are my relationships? Have I been in right relationship? What kind of fires have I been creating? What have I been doing to put out the fires? We're all free to live and love and let go and leave at any time. So it's certainly worth asking ourselves, are we living in such a way that would make today be a good day to die, as the old saying goes? Are we living in such a way that would allow today to be a good day to die? So, we have to become skilled at opening up our own joys, and we have to equally become skilled at finding and utilizing the treasures that are only revealed when the rupture is open. There's a wisdom to waltzing with our overwhelm, and there's a wisdom to being willing to hold it. The antidote for so much of our trauma can be found in the gift that is presence, and it can also be found in the commitment to creativity and the commitment to celebration. So I ask you to ask yourself in this moment here, what is it that's breaking your heart? What are the root causes of your sadates? And how can you recognize that inside of those coordinates, right there, in the latitude and the longitude of what it is that breaks your heart, right there is the deliverance. Right there are the codes for what can most likely activate you and get you really aligned in your inner experience, in your inner work, in your world work, on the outer path, that can get you aligned with the original gift, which is presence, right? So rather than getting lost in our wounds, or even worse yet, rather than getting lost in our own rage, may we get disciplined to follow the instructions that are actually embedded inside of them. What's the message inside of your pain? What's the message inside of your heartbreak? What's the message inside of your rage? And may we want to find that wisdom that emerges when we waltz with it, when we sit there and wait through it. May we want to stand side by side with our overwhelm so that we can transform it, so that it can emerge as something different and something that is useful, something that is beneficial. So how can we use all of the emotionally raw elements that are heating up in the crucible of existence right now, in the living landscape of your journey? How can we use all of the elements, the gorgeous ones and all those raw emotionally ones? How can we use it all to get more activated and to thereby utilize activism as the unexpected self-help specialist? When we use what it is that breaks our heart as the window to what it is that we could be most effective at contributing to the world, then that particular brand, that particular texture of activism becomes the most profound iteration of self-help. It's an opportunity to diverge from the moody companion of our own solitude and to join the conversation of service. Life is constantly gonna be leaving its mark on us. We want the patina, right? So that means that we're gonna gather some dark spots, we're gonna get some stains, but part of the patina is also, this waltzing and this waiting and the wandering through the very meaningful meanders that provide us with healing and enrichment. So, again, to repeat myself, the antidote to trauma, very oftentimes, whatever the trauma is, whether it's local or non-local, massive or minute, the antidote is presence, which is the original gift, right? The antidote is presence and the antidote is celebration. So let's get into the aspects of practice for today's gathering. So I want you to make, if your eyes are closed, go ahead and open them. I want you to make the Hridaya mudra. So this is a mudra for your heart. So we're listening, we're really listening in at all the levels to what is being whispered inside of the heart. So Hridaya mudra, you're going to curl the index fingers of both hands into the valley of the thumb. And then you'll join the tip of the thumb with the tip of the middle finger and also with the tip of the ring finger. The pinky fingers will be ignited. And then we're going to extend our arms up in a big, deep, victorious V. The pinky fingers are going to be like, electrified. And we're going to take the light that we feel in this moment, hopefully some light that we're feeling in this moment, and we're going to build a fire with it through the use of the breath. So we'll do, our beloved breath of fire. You're going to look at the tip of the nose and begin using the bellows in the chest, the bellows of the lungs, to build a transformational fire. Okay, so let's get this started. And set a really patient, sustainable pace for yourself as you're breathing. Lifting up your attitude to the latitudes of passion, so that you can be developing an unsurpassed passion for your life, for the opportunity to be present, the ultimate, the original gift. At the heart of it, at at the heart of all of it is the human need for passion. Keep breathing, keep your eyes set. We all have a human need for passion, whether that's passion for another person, or passion for our job, or passion for a cause, or an idea, or a place. It's like a book that's so good, right? That it flips on the switch inside of your mind and it lights up the whole inside of your mind. This is the kind of passion that we want to furnish our life with, to the level of bursting. So use your breath to move any of the complacency, any of the density, any of the ambivalence, and any of the numbness that is, either a wall or a membrane or some kind of veneer between you and your passion. Use your breath to build the fire. Use your light to build the fire. All of these methodologies that we use in IP, they are the various ways that we waltz with the overwhelm. They are the ways that we practice patience and take a stand and wait through the heartbreak so that we can transform it and give it an opportunity to emerge as something different and therefore useful. A couple more breaths in this way. Let it fill you to bursting. The kind of passion that makes you want to tell the whole world about how alive you feel, right? A couple more. Good. So you can break the practice and have a listen. I'm going to teach you a crazy one that I do in my own practice, but I don't teach it very often in any sort of group context because it can tend to, people tend to think it's really far out, but it's also grounded in good, clean science and our understanding of the human anatomy. So this is a meditation for when you have the most restless mind. Okay, it's simple. It's a liberation science, and it's also about being an artist of repair, about being open to the dabbling, about being willing to try something without the fear of failure. Somehow my music stopped, which is strange. Hold on. We want our music for this. I guess the speaker just disconnected. That's okay. So I want you to be a spiritual scientist, a liberation scientist. Be willing to explore, be willing to dabble. No fear of it being weird, no fear of it not being effective. And I guarantee you, because of my own personal relational dynamic to this meditation, that it works. Okay, so these are the moving parts. Watch here. You're going to open your mouth to full capacity, and then you're going to press the top of your tongue as much as you can to the roof of the mouth so that you're stretching this cord that's on the bottom of the tongue. You all know this cord that reveals itself when we either stick our tongue out or whatever, right? And so the cord that's on the bottom of the tongue, when it gets stretched, when it gets elongated and expanded and extended like it's going to in this meditation, it has an immediate effect on the totality of your nervous system, which is going to help to bounce you from the restless mind. When, that mind when you feel like you're teetering on the edge of an anxiety attack, you know that feeling? So when you start identifying the sensations of that part of your persona maybe being in the room, then you want to get into this meditation and have an immediate and profound effect on your parasympathetic nervous system. So you can get into that dominance, okay? And the last thing that I want to say about this meditation, I'm going to give you a demonstration so you can see how it's all going to work, is that it's all about alert relaxation. So if you create the shape with the mouth, and then you can relax while doing it, then everything that you want from the meditation will effortlessly reveal itself to you. In fact, let's just go ahead and cut and paste that into the whole of life's dance, right? Anything that you want to manifest, anything that you want to magnetize, anything that you want to create, anything that you want to deconstruct and be just finally done with, is going to have its rise or fall if it's being mobilized from alert relaxation, not from brute force. Alert relaxation. That's so key. It's golden. Okay? So I want you to use the same mudra, the hridaya, so it's for your heart, okay? All of our hearts. The courageous heart, the brave heart, the broken heart, the tender heart, all the above, okay? So look at my face and look at what I'm gonna be doing with my mouth. So I'm opening it up to full, and then I'm gonna press the top of my tongue to the roof of my mouth. And then I'm gonna breathe through my nose and exhale through the nose. So your mouth is going to instinctually want to close. Don't do it, okay? So let's do this, all of it together, all of us together. Index finger into the valley of the thumb, bring the thumbs to the middle and ring fingers, extend the pinky fingers, have your arms out at right angles now versus the big victorious V. And open the mouth to full, touch the top of the tongue to the roof of the mouth, set the gaze at the tip of the nose so your eyes are 1/10 of the way open. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose. I know it looks crazy, but it works. We don't care about what it looks like if it's efficient, and it is. It's good, clean science, this stuff is. Stay in it. When you exhale, guys, go to 0. Get all the old air out of your body. Emptiness, let go. All the way down to the bottom bone through your exhalation. Stretch the bottom of the tongue. Be disciplined with your gaze. Be disciplined enough to stay in it, to keep up, and to move anxiety or to move angst forward so that it emerges as something different, something worthwhile, something positive, something beneficial. Stay in the heart of the hub of the meditation. Stretch the tongue. Open your mouth more. I can't see you. Nobody can see you, so you can go into the deepest place with it, right? So stay in it while I talk to you, of course, like always. You know, I have a passion for a lot of the refinery that has emerged from Japanese culture. I love their directives in terms of interior space making. I love Japanese street style. I love so much of the wisdom. I love ikebana, the art of flower arrangement. And earlier this week, I was looking at this excerpt that was from a Japanese manual on how to create a happy and healthy home. And it articulated, don't stop the meditation while I tell stories, right? So stay in it, but you can listen. It was articulating that if you want a happy and healthy home, you need to get out all of the old air. And that's what I'm asking you to do in this meditation, right? Through the use of your exhalation. And then it went on to describe, what is old air? What is that? And so it said that you need to make sure to move the chairs and clean under the chairs. How many times do you not clean under the chairs? You need to make sure to clean the back of the vegetable drawer in the fridge. And don't do it with some toxic chemical. Clean out the old air. with the kindness of an old t-shirt. I love that. With the kindness of an old t-shirt. You know, that's what practice should do for us. It should empower us to have these technologies, to take care, to tend full power to what we're responsible for, whether it's our home or our body or in the workplace. But it should also make us so comfortable in the home of who we are that we become as kind as old t-shirts to one another, radically kind to each other as best we can, all the time. The constant advisor of our own mortality. Use this moment to presence in, to listen to the original instructions. A couple more. Break that practice. Have a look. So I want to move right along so that we can really use all the time that we have together, because I respect your time and I know that there are many things following in the remains of the day. So I want to tap into another mudra that we haven't done in quite some time, and it feels really relevant for a lot of the things that are going on in the world and in life right now. So this is the Fearless Heart Seal Mudra. Okay. So you're going to wrap up your pinky fingers and you're going to wrap up your middle fingers. So when I say wrap up, you'll twist. Bring your right hand in front, please. You're going to twist the fingers and then bring the tips of the fingers together with a firm pressurization. So pinkies together, middle fingers together, index fingers together, and then bring the end of the ring fingers and thumbs together. So I've wrapped the pinkies, middles, and indexes, and I've brought the tip, not the pad of the thumb, not the pad of the ring finger, but the tip of it to the pad of the thumb, okay? So here we are in the Fearless Heart Seal Mudra, and line it up in front of your heart's center. So we're going to work with a Maha Bandha, which means the Great Bandha. So when I first started learning the Mahamudra and the Mahabandha years and years and years ago, as a very young woman, I was recognizing that like the shell of my outer body was having some rigidity about it. And so I really want to remind you that, you know, it's easy to start feeling rigid when you do these bandhas, which are internal locks. But again, translate the alert relaxation into the heart of what's going on inside of your inside as you do this. So listen to what's going to be going on with your breath. You're going to inhale through an O shape in the mouth. And you're going to hold onto the breath. And then you'll exhale through the nose, relaxing the shoulders. And I'm looking at the tip of my nose, and at the completion of my out breath, I'm going to engage everything at the pelvic floor, and then I'm going to lift all that up with the power of the musculature, with the power of visualization. I'm lifting the life force up into the ball of the belly, pulling it back to the spine, lifting it up to the bottom of the heart, to the roof of the mouth, and then up into the head. Okay, so watch. I'm sorry, I want you to inhale through an open mouth. Sometimes I teach it different ways, but for today we're doing the open mouth. So I was really holding there. I was allowing myself to be like suspended in the blue ethers at the completion of the out breath. And I let go. It's like a glimpse of what it's going to be like when we finally let go. This is what I'm pointing to when I say have a seat at the table. constant advisor that is your own passing and the fact that you are gonna, die someday, right? So let's do this. Pinkies, middles, rings together. I'm sorry, indexes together. Join the rings and the thumbs together. And set the gaze at the tip of the nose. Inhale through an open mouth. Hold the breath for a moment. Exhale through your nose. At the completion of that out breath, engage at the root. Lift from the root to the belly, to the heart, to the palate of your mouth, to the crown of your head. Ascension, 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 ascension. Relax your abs. Inhale again through the O shape in the mouth. Alert relaxation. Exhale through your nose. At the completion of the out breath, engage at the pelvic floor. Lift the energy from the pelvis to the ball of the belly, back to the spine, to the bottom of the heart, to the roof of the mouth, to the crown of the head, and unto infinity, out into everywhere and nowhere simultaneously. Relax your abs. Inhale again. Fill to bursting with the immensity and the gift of the inhalation. Fill to bursting while staying relaxed. Hold on to the breath. Exhale out of the nose. Root to the belly, to the spine, to the heart, to the head, to the infinite. And staying in this for a couple more cycles. It's about making eye contact with your truth, even if you're just looking at it sideways, out of the corner of your eye, and you're just getting the periphery of it. But it's about making eye contact, either head on or as directly as you're capable of, with your truth. The meditation is an oasis in time. It's your ticket to the other side of silence, and to the silence that's inside of silence, and the silence that is also inside of the roar of our own disorientation, and the roar that is the reality of what is. The meditation is your oasis in time, and it's always the most amazing view. A couple more. Go ahead and close the practice. Close the eyes all the way, so that 1/10 that was there, go ahead and close it all the way. I'm just listening in closing as we recognize that life is practicing on us. Life is precious and it's short, and sometimes it's fragile. Time doesn't come back once it's passed. So the frequency that we are following and the direction that we are going almost always determines everything. So be very clear about what you're following. Be very clear about where you're going. Make your time here worthwhile. Make it positive. Make it beneficial. Don't hoard fear. Where there is more love, there is less fear. Love today. Love every day. Love is the strongest medicine that we can take. It's more strong than electricity. Be a force for good. Be kind to what and whom you don't understand. Be kind. Give yourself permission to feel. Transform the outer world by doing the work of transformation on your own heart. Bring a clarity of consciousness, bring radical reverence, apply your intelligence in every moment and in every endeavor. Have discipline and coherence enough to tease apart your own resistance. Generate joy in all 3 time zones, past, present, and future. Practice the clean business of catching and growing the blessings that are populating in your life. Pay attention to everything. Bring care and concern to every sphere of influence and every location of service. Commune with your potential through your body, through your breath, through your work and your projects, through your mantras, through your laughter. Commune with your potential at all of these levels. Be a hopeaholic and follow the charge of your own manifesto as you give your best and create ceaselessly. Never stop creating. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here.